Hello citizens, it's Man City 1 and Chelsea 0, and City win the league. Or do we? Well, first let's jump into the game. Now before it, Tuchel was complaining that City haven't suffered from COVID, which isn't true. We've just rotated better than most teams. We've got a pretty big squad as well, so we've been able to handle it all right. But Tuchel's just trying to find excuses to keep his job. He also said that Chelsea have learned from the first game at Stamford Bridge this season when we absolutely dominated them and we battered them. It was on 1-0, but it was a deserved 1-0. Did Chelsea learn? No. That first half, we pushed really high up on the halfway line, like you would expect. And Chelsea played with 8 defenders, sat back and tried to hit us on the break. There was a lot of long balls forward towards Lukaku, who was completely isolated by Stones and Laporte. I thought they did a great job on him. They won every single header. I haven't seen the stats because I've come straight from the game, so I haven't seen any highlights either. But I'm pretty sure Stones and Laporte dominated the aerials against Lukaku. They didn't let the ball bounce. They didn't let him take it on his chest. Just won it in the air. And Lukaku didn't have any say in that whatsoever. So they had no support. They did try and kick long as well and get their wide men to run onto it, but he kept going through to Edison. So they weren't executing that game plan very well at all. I was a bit disappointed in Chelsea because they needed to win. We didn't need to. We were 10 points clear at the top of the table. A draw would have suited me fine before the start of the game. Chelsea needed to win, but they time wasted right from the beginning through Kepa. Time wasting here, time wasting there. And every time he kicked the ball long, he just go straight out of play anyway. But yeah, like I said, Laporte and Stones, it was a surprising partnership for me. I thought he'd play Diaz. I mean, Diaz is probably our best centre-half, but he didn't play him against Chelsea. So, fair play to him. And I thought Stones did okay coming back in as well. He's been out for a while. A few tentative moments, particularly in the first half when he slipped a couple of times. They nearly let Chelsea in. And I think he did let Lukaku in the second half, but... or it might have been Laporte, I'm not really sure. Someone let him in anyway, and Edison saved really well. But... yeah, they played really well. Now, Walker right back, I thought he pushed up a little bit too dangerously in the second half. Didn't get back in time for a couple of their attacks, but overall did okay, and it's always good to have him back his pace. Cancelo didn't really see much from going forward. Defensively, again, he was good in the air. Kept hold of the ball well. His passing was a bit off. He did try a few long balls in the first half over the top for Grealish, which nearly paid off a couple of times, but kept him running off his line. Saved them. In midfield, De Bruyne, I thought he was absolutely fantastic today. I thought he was phenomenal. I thought he had a great game. He worked really hard off the ball. He put in a lot of challenges in that midfield, and he supported Rodri really well when Chelsea had the ball. Going forward, fantastic. His goal in the second half, I mean, he's just been fouled by Kante, I think it was. Off balance, just about manages to regain it before striking the ball past Kepa with a beautiful kill shot into the far corner. Wonderful goal. And for me, De Bruyne is at his best. Yeah, I think he's at his best again this season. Foden, fantastic up front. Always runs, never stops. Always works hard. Loved him. Sterling had an interesting game for me. And I'll tell you where Sterling is for me right now. He kind of reminds me a lot like when we had Sané. Do you remember Sané? We loved him. Going forward, fantastic. Great on the ball. Fantastic when he's in form. But his work ethic going back is just a little bit disappointing. He was quick to complain and quick to just start whinging when things weren't going well. That's where I put Sterling at the moment. When he's got the ball, like today, I thought he was great on the ball. His movement was good. He attacked the defenders well, and he drew a really good yellow card from Alonso in the first half. Second half, I think he started to tire a little bit, particularly at the end. I'm surprised Pep didn't bring him off. He brought Foden off instead for Gundogan, I think also was Jesus. But he should have brought Sterling off for me. But he kept him on. But that's where Sterling is for me. He's very frustrating to watch because he's got it in him. He's good. He's going to score goals for us. But he just, at the moment, he'd just rather fall on the floor. He'd rather just give up that chase and rather go to the ground and look for a free kick or penalty. Just really, really frustrating. And his lack of effort going back sometimes, it hurts. Particularly in games today where, if we win, it's a massive step forward to winning the league again. A bit disappointing. But again, in moments... I think one of his best games this season. I know he won Player of the Month last month for the Premier League. Somehow, I have no idea how he won that. But hey, maybe we're going to see a bit more of him going towards the end of the season. I hope so as well, because he needs to start stepping up, particularly with Mahrez away at the moment in the African Cup of Nations. And we're going to need him, because I thought he was poor at the end of last season, and I thought he started off this season pretty poor as well. But that's where I put him anyway. I don't know where you lot would say, but I've got him with Sané before we got rid of him. Now, Grealish. £100 million. It hurts to say because I really wanted to sign him and I was really glad when we bought him. I've liked him for a couple of years. I thought he's carried Villa for a while. He's a great player, but he's just, I don't know if he's just trying too hard or we're just not quite fitting in the system at the moment. But today, he should have scored. That first half, we should have gone in halftime at least 1-0 up. I think we should have gone 2-0 up because Foden put a beautiful ball across the 6-yard box, which Sterling did an attack. But Grealish was the one-on-one with Kepa, and Kepa made a good save. He rushed out. He spread really well. But I still think Grealish should be scoring that. He should be dinking it over him or smashing it first time with his left foot. I don't know. But he should be scoring that. And in the second half as well, he just didn't really do much. I think he did put the ball across the 6-yard box again, which no one attacked. I want to get onto that in just a second. But Grealish for me, £100 million, he's just falling short for me at the moment. And hopefully second season next year, he's going to come on good. Now, in terms of these balls across the 6-yard box, I've said it time and time again. The one thing our forwards don't really do that much is get into the 6-yard box. And today was a perfect example. Off the top of my head, I can count 3 occasions when the ball whips in through the 6-yard box and there's no one there tapping. Usually it would be Sterling. Sterling loves them tappings, but today for some reason he didn't do it. Like he didn't really trust his judgment, or he was too busy watching the counter attack from Chelsea. I don't know. But today Sterling didn't attack that 6-yard box, and if someone else had at any point, like Gundogan likes to do it as well sometimes, we'd won that game 3 or 4-0 because we absolutely dominated. And again, like I think they had 4 shots, was it, and we had 11, something like that. I thought we played really good. Lack of striker, yeah, it does let us down a little bit, but in terms of overall, I mean, De Bruyne scores a wonder goal. I think it was a brilliant goal, and we handled their attacks really, really well. I saw before the game a Chelsea fan cam saying that, oh, City going to push up on the halfway line. Nothing new. We all expect it. And we'll just hit them over the top, which is what they tried, like I said. But we've handled these counter-attacks superbly this season. There's only a few games I can think of where we've let it slip, but against Chelsea and Liverpool and United, we're stopping them. And I think the key to that is just winning the ball in the air, winning that first ball, making sure we dominate the aerials, which is what Stones and Laporte did, and they helped us out today. But yeah, great game overall. It was a surprising lineup, and I was a little bit concerned. Well, I'm not concerned, but I was just thinking, wonder why it's gone then, like with Sterling on the right. I think I would have played Jesus personally, and Grealish on the left probably makes sense with really Mahrez on African Cup of Nations duty. But still, we won. We won 1-0, and to be honest, it looked quite comfortable through the game. Our passing was okay-ish. Our communication was a bit off. There's a couple of times when we tackled each other. There was a wonderful moment when Foden was going to smash it left foot on the volley, edge of box, and Bernardo took it away from him. You know what? I'm not even mentioning Bernardo. Again, you could give Bernardo man of the match. The way he slides on the floor and always comes away with the ball, don't even know. His control is beautiful. You know, him and Rodri. Rodri's positioning today was fantastic. On the ball, a little bit off. I thought he held on to it a little bit too long. Trusted his strength a bit too much against a very strong and physical Chelsea team. But he kept all the ball good, you know, as you'd expect. But Bernardo could have had man of the match today. I thought he was awesome. He was all over pitch. He was on the left, on the right, in the middle. And yeah, I think if it wasn't for... No, I think a couple of refereeing decisions went against us, and that could have irritated us a little bit. But we didn't let it get to us. We kept our heads a little, you know, and we pushed on, and we did what we did best, and we made sure to crush any Chelsea attack. And that's got them wondering about Lukaku, but that's not for me to say. Oops. Yeah, that's not for me to say. That's for them. But yeah, that's it. That's just my little match review. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. I really appreciate it. And make sure to tell all your friends and come and say hi. And I'll catch you over next week at some point when I do the match preview for the next one. But yeah, thank you very much. Have a great weekend.